I'm Darren, I'm 32, single, and have absolutely no idea what I'm doing with my life. So the flights are booked and we are going to, well, I'm going to, me and my personalities, going to Central America. So I went on a date with a guy from Mexico. We're going on a date in Mexico. So he wasn't the love of my life, would you believe? Let's do my hair for a date in Dublin.
Hove I put on my Russian hat and I'm convinced I'm suddenly exotic and mysterious and everyone is in love with me.
So I got ghosted, Christine. That's basically what happened.
She trying to get someone to fertilize her eggs in a hurry. The years are going fast when you're in your 30s. Yeah.
So yesterday I got myself a little mic and I was all excited. I was going to go to Dublin and like talk to people on the street and ask them if they'd be interested in a singles Kaylee, like single people, looking for single people. So 7 people showed up, 3 of which, 1 was my sister and 2 were my friends. So really only 4 people showed up to the singles Kaylee night. I'm just back from travelling and I have realised that absolutely nothing matters and nobody cares.
I'm not ashamed to admit it. It's hell in there. It's horror.
Literally no one's asked me, but my most humbling experience is when I go on Hinge and I look at my likes.
I have no desire to be with another human being. Ugh. So where are you from? Shut up. I don't fucking want to know where you're from, what you do. I don't want to hear what you like. I don't ever want to do that again.
So after 5 years of marriage, I figured this thing out.
Okay.
It's all psychological. There's one psycho and there's one logical.
My ex-boyfriend texted me to see if he can talk things through and apologize to me. So I said, sure. I made plans with him to meet at a coffee shop that wasn't too far from my house. As soon as he texted me that he was there, I blocked his number.
No, I think we're gonna see, we're gonna see how it feels to have it be out there.
That's right. You're a winner.
Oh my God, when I'm talking, you're not talking. No, when I'm talking, you're not talking.
Yeah, guys, this is the exact reason why I'm doing these videos. So you can see the red flags from the start. Don't tell me he didn't see the red flags. But he didn't care because she was younger, she was beautiful, and he overlooked all her red flags. And now look at him, look at his face. Just look at his face. This is why, especially in Hollywood, relationships don't last. You get a liberal woke woman, and then you wonder, oh, why did she leave? Oh, why did she cheat?
If you had to choose between Taylor Swift tickets or 1 Bitcoin, what would you choose?
Taylor Swift tickets. I don't really care about Bitcoin that much. Taylor Swift tickets? Are you kidding me? Are you joking?
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'd rather choose the thing that's like I can hold in my hand. Like, I'd rather choose the thing that
So this is another big red flag that I see guys doing. The girl is really stupid. You're also stupid for choosing her. So when 2 people are stupid together, what happens? You go down together, guys. This is what I'm telling you. She doesn't have to be smart. Because if you're the reader and you know how to teach her and you know what to do, it's okay. But usually, people are stupid together. And they go down together. That's the problem.
I can go to and not worry about it disappearing.
Why is misogyny on the rise? And why are misogynistic figures like Andrew Tate on the rise? As communists, we know the answer. The answer is a class...
They're so stupid, I swear to God. Yesterday, I was in the city center and we have a monument here that commemorates when communism stopped. When communism ended, we have monuments here. But this guy in the USA is talking about communism and about misogyny. Why is it that always guys that look like him talk about this? You can't get more feminine than that, my guy. Your hair is long as a woman. How you talk is exactly like a woman. What else do you need? I swear people are so stupid. we're going to skip this video.
I just went on a date with a man who flew from a different state to go on a date with me. He literally flew from a different state to travel to LA for 1 day to go on a date with me.
Okay, ma'am, so he's a really, really big simp. Why do I say this? Because this woman just makes TikTok videos bashing men, telling everybody how awful men are, and the guy flew just to go on a date with her. He's a really big simp. I don't know what kind of man you have to be to want to go on a date with her. To fly to another state to go on a date with her, it's so absurd, guys. I don't get it. Grow some balls. You need help.
He's tall, he's rich, he's handsome. He's a catch of a guy on paper. And somehow the topic of handbags came up. Like, he commented on my handbag. Like, that's really nice. And then he told me about his ex-wife's handbags. He's like, yeah, I bought her all these handbags. She's got like $400,000 worth of handbags. I don't know if he said 400,000, but it was a lot of money.
Another man that leads with his money. I don't get it. How do men like that make so much money and be so stupid?
Money. This guy's got money. And that's neither here nor there. But I was like, yeah, ha ha ha. And he was like, yeah, maybe I will buy you a bag when we're married. And I said, wait, you would only buy me a handbag if we were married? And he was like, yeah, I just feel like doing it anytime before is just giving desperate. First of all, sir, you spent like $30,000 on a private flight for just yourself to come here for a day to go on a date with me. And you think that buying a $4,000 handbag is like coming off as desperate?
And you see, so she even mocks him that he's desperate for coming to her. Women know that you're desperate. Women don't like simps. Just think about it. You spend that kind of money and the next day she's making a TikTok video making fun of you. How stupid can you be? My guy, give me that money. At least I'll do something positive with it.
Secondly, you flew from a different state to go on a date with me. Is that not giving desperate? He's like, I'm a good looking guy. I don't have to do all that. I'm like, okay, then why did you fly to a different state to go on a date with me?
Because he's a simp, because he's stupid, because he's not a man, because maybe in that state he was looking for his balls.
You don't need to do all that. Then why did you have to do all that? Anyway, I didn't argue with him on it. I was just like, okay, I don't agree, but whatever. That's your life. And he immediately started like retracting. He's like, well, maybe it's your birthday. Well, maybe if it's, but don't you think that, like, listen, dude, I think that these men are a little traumatized because y'all, I hate to blame you guys, but I think women started sprinkling men and not knowing and like fucking the game up because y'all don't know the game. And now these men are on like uber high alert, which isn't anything. People say shit all the time they don't mean, but it just turned me off so much. I was like,
yeah, they don't like simps.
Has anyone else recently realized that you are the actual problem? I am the problem.
In case you don't know, guys, she's a single mother. I made an entire video about her. I will put it on the screen somewhere here.
My favorite pastime as in like yesterday and all the days before, is to get on TikTok and talk about how shitty dating is.
Yep.
And to give you guys a really hard time. But is it really you guys or is it me?
It's you, ma'am. I said it in that video. It's you. It's always you.
It's me. It's definitely me. Someone asked me, like, Danielle, what's your type? Like, whenever you see it, not like the good stuff, not like the stuff that you type in your phone about the partner that you dream of, like the build a boyfriend list. Not that stuff, but like, what are you physically attracted to? Like, just right off the bat.
The bad boy, the chads.
Okay. This is where the problem comes in. Hide your dads, you guys. If your dad is between the age of 40 and 50, he's probably my type. Daddy issues? Me? Definitely. Full body of tattoos? That's my type.
Yeah.
Big muscles? Little TRT? My type. Emotionally unavailable? Add that to the list. Who's the problem now, Danielle? You are. I'm the problem.
Do you know what guys think that is rare in women? Women who
respect them. Women who don't take advantage of their money and run around on their money and all their hard work. Women who don't talk behind their backs to other guys or entertain other guys. And women who talk highly about their man behind closed doors or when they're not in the room. They just want love and respect from us. That's all they want.
Did you potty party? No, I didn't. This is not why I got arrested in Dubai. And this potty party thing that goes on there, I just think is absolutely vile.
Yeah, so the fights in jail were quite bad, I won't lie.
I'm gonna rank my exes because I'm evil and I'm feeling a little bored and I want to do something that's a little out there. I've never seen someone doing this before because it's a little crazy.
Controversial.
Just think about this, guys. A lot of men out there chose that woman to be his girlfriend. Just think about that. Just think how stupid people are. And don't tell me there were no red flags. Yes, there were. You're just stupid.
But if you keep telling yourself stuff, then your brain will just start to believe it. Like, if you tell yourself that you will fly one day, you won't actually physically fly, but you'll get on an aeroplane.
Okay, ma'am, so how come you're still single?
I'm drunk and no one's gonna know who you are one day. So don't be fucking insecure.
Something I noticed when I was working as a bartender last summer was anytime an older man would ask me, like, if I had a boyfriend, and I would tell them no, they would be like, what? How? Like, there's no way you don't have a boyfriend. You're so beautiful. And I would be like, oh, well, like, I just don't want one. And they were shocked. They were like, what? And if an older woman came in and the topic got brought up, which didn't happen as often, if I told them I didn't have a boyfriend, they'd be like, oh, good for you. Are we seeing? I think we're seeing.
Yes, ma'am. And do you understand why? It's because those women are the women that kept choosing Chad after Chad after Chad, and getting dumped, getting pumped and dumped. And now they're 35, 40, 45, and of course they hate all men, because in their head, all men cheated on them, all men lied to them, all men left them. So of course they're bitter. Don't worry, ma'am, you'll soon get there, don't worry.
I will never be with a man that wants to go 50-50 because that's not the type of lifestyle I want to live with a man. I could literally just be by myself and take care of myself 100%.
Oh, God.
I'm not going to put myself in a position where someone's going to tell me that I have to bring home X amount of money and do these things to be with them.
Okay, guys, so from the start I saw at least 2 or 3 red flags just by the way that she talks. And I know a lot of men won't care about this. They just care about how women look. That's the problem. That's why there are so many simps out there in the world. Stop being simps. It's not good for you.
I will just be the fuck alone. But then that upsets you guys. Oh, well, you should want to help your partner. You should want to do this. You do what's right for you and I'll do what's right for me. And it's not hard to find a man that is more than willing and happy to take care of financial responsibility.
No, ma'am, it's easy to find a simp, but that's not the kind of man that you want. That's why you're still single. That's why you're recording this video saying what you're saying, because you can't find the man that you want. Women just don't get it, I swear.
All right, it's time to bring out some eligible bachelors. Now, each of you has a balloon, and if for whatever reason you're not feeling it, just go ahead and pop that balloon, all right? Perfect.
By the way, this is a parody.
All right, let's bring out our first guy. Hey, what's your name?
Mark.
Mark, what do you do for work?
I own a tech company called Lumiere. We just got acquired by Google, so we've been busy onboarding them.
Mark, are you a millionaire?
Oh, shit. Yeah, I guess.
Oh, wow. What do you do for fun?
Well, I love to surf, so summertime I'm at my home in Malibu. During the winter, I like to go to my place in Paris. But lately, I've just been enjoying spending time on my yacht just off the coast of Italy.
Hi, sorry, can I put my balloon back together?
You could have had this! You could have been with a big dog.
Yeah, get down there. Yeah, pick it up. Bark like a dog.
Okay. It's getting a little weird.
I'm so tired of this transactional relationship era that we're living in. Every single relationship that we have has to be transactional. Why? Why does it have to be what he's doing for me, what bag he bought me, what trip he took me on, where we're going? Like, come.
Yes, ma'am, but that's not transactional. Just think about it. The guy has to do all those things to get in return what? Just some sex. That's it. So it's actually not transactional.
Come on now. What happened to genuine love? What happened to genuinely pouring into somebody? What happened to genuinely knowing somebody? We got to get back to that. We got to go back to really, really wanting to have genuine and honest and open relationships. I'm so tired of the transactional relationships. Like,
I've just seen this TikTok and it's completely changed my perspective on something. It was two girls and
One cup. Yeah, I get it.
it said they always come back on about men, which I agree with. This was literally my mantra throughout my whole 20s. I used to say, they come, they go, they come back. And men do. They're so predictable. And I always kind of saw this in like a kind of cocky way. And then I clicked on the comments and the top comment was, a man that always comes back is also a man that always leaves. And I was just mind blown.
And they come back just for sex, ma'am. They don't want a relationship. That's what women don't understand. They come back because they think they can get easy sex from you. That's it.
Because it sounds so simple, but why did I never see that from that perspective?
Because you're not logical, ma'am.
I could have saved myself a lot of time and hurt when I was like 23 if I'd realised that.
She thinks you owe her before the date even starts. And people will say, oh, this isn't really true, Jed. Women don't do this. Yes, they do. And they're telling you they do. Yes, they do. This is not some, rare. This is happening all over the place.
I've just shown you women saying the exact same thing just before this video.
Trust me. I order the oysters because I want to test the financial vibe. So you didn't order the oysters because you like oysters, which would have been fine. You ordered it to test the guy. How much money does he have? How much money is he willing to spend? Is he at all alarmed that I ordered the oysters and then the beef and then the tuna tartare and then it's a game. It's like a power trip. How is...
And if you're a smart guy, you would just see that as a red flag and leave. That's it.
Is this a good place to start a relationship if you do like him? Oh, I just thought I would spend the first date just testing you. Oh, aren't you peachy? Let me bring you home to mom. No.
Guys, when a woman really, really likes you, she won't test you. Just think about this. Chad didn't have to take her to dinner, didn't have to buy flowers, didn't have to do anything, and he still slept with her. So if she puts you through a lot of tests, she doesn't really like you.
No, I don't think so.
So I have a question for single ladies. If you're not single, then you can scroll.
Don't worry, I'm a single lady.
Do you find anyone attractive? Because I've been single a really, really long time.
We can see, ma'am, we can see.
And I've also been celibate for a really long time. And the longer I'm single, the more I'm happier to be single, but I'm also not attracted to anyone. I've tried dating websites and I'm just scrolling through and I'm just like, no. And then I just come off them because I'm like, this is a waste of time.
Okay, ma'am, and who do you think is the problem? Every guy on earth or you?
But I find no one attractive. I'm numb.
Maybe it's because you hit menopause, ma'am. That's why.
Is that normal? Is anyone else like this? Because I feel like I am the only one.
What would you say then, do you think are the three biggest killers of a relationship?
Resentment, which leads then to contempt. Resentment is really bad. And resentment comes because there's a couple of reasons. Either they're not speaking the truth, they're not telling the truth, and or their expectations are out of control. I expect my partner to just know how I'm feeling rather than for me to express what I'm feeling. They should just know if they really loved me.
No.
That's the worst thing.
It's the worst. So resentment is a killer. Stress is a killer. It's not a little bit of stress. It's the, like you said, the consistently feeling off, stressed, overwhelmed, and not doing anything about it. Stress changes the way that you see things.
And they always try to compare you to somebody else. Oh, well, Mike is taking his wife on vacation. Mike bought her this. Mike did that. Mike did this. Why can't you do that?
It changes your biology. It changes everything. And so stress destroys relationships. So resentment, stress, the other killers of relationship. I mean, taking each other for granted.
Mm-hmm.
Forgetting that your partner is a gift, not a given.
I think if a girl decides to be sexual and decides to settle down, then that doesn't make her a red flag.
Wait, you just said decides to settle down?
Like, I don't know, like if a girl is like crazy in college and like gets with a bunch of guys, but then like later on like wants a family and a husband, like just because.
Of course, all women want to have sex, want to be able to do whatever they want with no repercussions. Ma'am, you can do whatever you want. But after that, you can't complain that you can't find the man that you want.
Because she's been with a bunch of people doesn't mean that she isn't deserving of those things.
Well,
what makes you more deserving than a girl that slept with more people?
People of more high value, like men, they choose to be with a woman who isn't promiscuous, like Brian here. So I wouldn't say I'm more deserving of love. I think everyone is deserving of love. I'm just saying.
I don't agree with that. Not everybody is deserving of love.
If you can get a bunch of girls, don't settle for a hoe. Settle for a good girl who's going to make your life easier.
Even normal, average men have a strong preference for non-promiscuous women.
Why?
I mean, there's a ton of reasons. First off, having a high body count is a proxy for promiscuity. There's the STD component. The more sexual partners you have, the greater likelihood that you've gotten an STD. You said you're 36, right?
Yes.
Do you have more baggage now than you did at 18?
Of course. Life provides baggage, yeah.
The longer you live, the more experiences you've had, good and bad.
Exactly, but what is that in a man saying, I don't want a woman because she doesn't
She doesn't have baggage. What would be wrong with that if that's a man's standard? I want a woman with as little baggage as possible. What is actually wrong with wanting somebody who doesn't have baggage?
Just having baggage, from a man's point of view, makes the relationship 10 times harder. Why would we want that? But of course, you will never see the point of view of a man.
Or who has less of it?
Do you think you're truly capable of leading her?
I think that there's the opposite. Honestly,
see how we said we want women that have less baggage, and all of a sudden she tries to insult men. Oh, but do you really think you can lead her? That's not the point, ma'am. That's not what we're talking about.
Some situations, not all. Sometimes you can get thicker skin. Sometimes you can develop more of a resolve. I actually think the more wounds you have, I think it makes you more susceptible to a subsequent wound. This idea that,
Just think about this, guys. If a woman had in her past a guy or several guys that cheated on her, now she will be paranoid with you because she will think that you will try to cheat all the time. And now all of a sudden she will be possessive. Now she will be paranoid. Now she will want reassurance all the time. Why? You did nothing wrong. That was her previous guys. That was her past. This is why I tell you guys, you have to see the red flags. You can't be with a woman that has tons of red flags and then complain, oh, well, she cheated on me. Oh, well, she left. It's because of you, my guy. You didn't know how to choose the right woman.
As a woman, I've been through so much. I don't think a lot of people heal. I think you have trust issues now. You're going to be moving in a certain type of way. Are you going to be able to love me as deeply? Are you kind of on guard? Are you reserved? I think most people, their first love, probably gonna, not always, but like you're a little bit more on guard after you've dealt with a bunch of different situations.
True.
I'm dating this guy who is 48 years old, biggest narcissist I've ever met in my life. I was love bombed left and right. I was put through the ringer, the washer, the dryer, on high spin.
That doesn't matter, ma'am. You chose that guy. Just because somebody can lie to you, you're the stupid one who believed it. It's on you, ma'am.
taken out, beaten around, and then hung to dry. Mentally, metaphorically. I'd just gotten back from a trip in Croatia with one of my best friends. This man started to ghost me, and I'm like, fuck this, fuck everyone. I'm on the New Jersey Transit, heading to the Jersey Shore, trying to drown my sorrows. I'm already hungover. And I text my friend who I was just with in Croatia. She was still in Europe, and I'm like, where are you going next? She said, Stockholm. I was like, great, I'm coming. Book a
So many red flags. Why would a man stay with you, ma'am? You have so many red flags. I don't know if you can see on the video, guys. She has a glass of wine in her hand. When you're recording a video, and even during the video, you need a glass of wine, that's such a big red flag, guys.
a flight on this train ride. Then, next move, I text the girl whose bachelorette party it was, and I said, what the fuck do I have to do to get a date with this man? It has been 4 goddamn years. I have done all I can do by following him on Instagram and posting thirst traps, and he's still
posting thirst traps, Instagram. How many red flags do you need? And this is just from one video. Just think about it. When I go on a date with somebody for 2-3 hours, how many red flags can I see? But somehow people get married. And you tell me that, oh, I didn't see the red flags. It's because you're stupid. That's why.
has not reached out to me. I am sick of this. That was the text. I'm pretty sure verbatim. Then I said, do I have to ask him out myself? She's like, ha 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 ha. Yes, do it. And I was like, well, hold up. It's been 4 years. Did his sister never send him anything about me? Or did she send him something and he's just not interested? And she was like, let me find out. Because I wasn't going to reach out if he wasn't interested and he had already expressed that to someone. I needed to know. I needed to put myself in the best possible scenario so that I wouldn't get rejected. Mainly because I'm spiraling. I don't usually have a fear of rejection, but these were desperate times. About 2 hours later, I receive a text from the old man. That's what we will call him. And I forget all about this spiral that I had, and I just go on my merry way.